of me, but this is the things that I've just put together and thinking about the pain that you are having in your shoulder. Bear in mind that this is a bit like you trying to diagnose what's wrong with my van with me telling you on the phone, because it could be a lot of things. And I'm going to send you some notes and also a couple of diagrams I've got that explain the complexities of the shoulder a little bit. So I'm going on the basis that because this wasn't one trauma, one accident or something like that you did, that it's a combination of various things. Wear and tear within the actual joint, so loss of cartilage, rubbing together of bone on bone, depending on which movement you are doing, it will hurt. Muscle spasm that it's giving you in your neck across to the other shoulder. That's the body's reaction to pain and repetitive movement. So with your job is very repetitive. Possible tendinitis at the top of your bicep, which gives shoulder pain. And damage to the rotator cuff, so the ball and joint area. If you look at the diagram, you probably appreciate the mechanics of it. Also added into the mix, you're very tall, so tall people naturally stoop more in real life because you look down on us all, plus the nature of the physical movements of your job, bending over, you know, you're using all of this all the time and everything is in a forward motion. So I'm kind of also assuming that everything across your back is a little bit overstretched and weakened, whereas in the chest here and at the top where the bicep inserts over your shoulder joint and into your collarbone here, that is shortened. Okay, so another thing that would probably help you is opening up this area and strengthening the back. Okay, obviously doing a full class of yoga or Pilates or something based like that none of this is going to do you any harm, and that would benefit you the most, but that probably won't fit in with your lifestyle and with your routine and being at home and stuff. So I'm going to do it like this. So the lifestyle additions that you could try all these little things, okay? You talked about the supplements, things like turmeric, fish oils, glucosamine, combinations of, I think you said your sister would give you a good one. You can change things in your diet to reflect that as well by reducing red meat, increasing things like walnuts and like Mediterranean style diet, tinned mackerel on toast, that sort of thing is good. And also, when you're at work, particularly when it's really cold and really damp in the atmosphere, keeping the joint warm, whether you get a support that you can buy that goes over it, or just one of those, you know, like a thermal vest or a second skin, something always over that area, I don't know, cut a sleeve out of something. And in the evenings, hot and cold, so add Epsom salts in a hot bath, hot water bottle, and then when there is muscle spasm, if you feel like it's muscular, put cold, alternate cold and hot on it, okay? But these are the exercises. So in the morning or before you start work, so you're doing, if you think of every time you're doing a physical bit of work, that's like a mini exercise session to that part. So you just need to mobilise. So this is what I've got. So ignore the socks. You can do this standing up. You need to mobilise your neck and right across the very top of your back. So just standing, okay, make sure that you're standing tall, make sure that you're pulling in your stomach and tucking your tailbone in slightly, so you'll feel this part of the body, just the muscles turn on. You stand up tall, think about your neck being really, really long, okay, and just tilt your chin into your chest. And as you breathe in, breathe in, and then as you exhale, think about dropping it further. You can just push your hand, put your hand on the back of your neck too, if it doesn't hurt the shoulder, and just let that release on the exhale. You should feel it pull right between your shoulder blades at the top, quite high, probably about here. Okay? And then you do the opposite action, so you lift your face up, and without moving the lower back, you lift your chest, so it makes the tiniest bit of a back bend. And again, inhale and exhale. And so obviously that can just be a movement. Okay, every morning that's just opening the chest and releasing here. You can also do this sitting down. You can do it sitting on a chair, okay, just sitting up straight, or if you want to sit, if you can sit cross-legged in an easy sit and still sit up straight, so feel like that bit of your collarbone is right above your coccyx, that they are a vertical, okay? So that's what you just think about, those 2 points. If you can't, make a note, if that hurts your hips to sit like that, you can put a cushion, sit on a cushion or sit on a little block or something to get this straight. And again, being really tall, anyone I have with your frame, they find this quite hard to start off with. So once you've set yourself up, again, it's just tucking the chin, and then your hands are here at the side supporting you, and lifting the chest. Okay, you don't drop your head back, you keep this part long, you don't break the neck. Okay, and I should imagine at first that will feel really tight. Okay, so sitting or standing, and going with your breath. Okay, then also standing, opening the chest and stretching the lat. So if you held on to your worktop, okay, and your hips, your shoulders, everything is facing forward, you're just going to keep hold of it and turn, try to turn 90 degrees and then maybe a little bit beyond, okay? As soon as that hurts, you need to stop. And what you do again is you breathe in, and as you breathe out, just try and rotate the top of your body a little bit further, so a little bit more away, and you'll feel that begin to open there. Try and just do 3 breaths. And then the opposite of that is bringing the hand across, taking hold around the tricep and stretching across the lat. And again, breathe in, exhale, just use the resistance of your hand there to extend it. Don't bounce anything, go with the exhale of your breath. Because as you exhale, all the physiological changes that happen as you exhale allow you just to deepen that. And again, you can do that just standing a few times, or if you are sitting, you can do this one sitting, and you can do the rotation by placing opposite arm, hand in by hip, lift your body as you inhale, and as you exhale, rotate the top of the body. And again, that will start opening up your chest, okay? Obviously, both sides for everything. Also, easy one for mobilising your shoulder joint is shoulder rolls. Now, if you lift your shoulders forward, up and back, in fact I do it standing, and that's really clunky and really clicky, you need to do it either in a really, really small movement, okay, not the full range of movement, or just bring the shoulders forward, bring the shoulders back, okay? Pronunciation and retraction of the shoulders. And again, note which of these movements give you the sharp pain, because that will help you start determining which area the wear and tear could possibly be in around the shoulder joint. Okay, and that's another one. Shoulder rolls. If you can make them bigger, use the elbow. And if you can make them bigger, use the full arm. But again, don't let the body swing open. You're isolating the shoulder joint. Okay? And once you've done some of those to warm up the shoulders, another one you can do, and again, standing or sitting, if you're sitting it'll help you release your hips as well, is, I do it sitting so you can see, but as I say, you do this standing. Okay? Full body stretch, so you're just reaching the hands all of the way up. Okay? Link your fingers and press your palms up. Then let your shoulders drop. Keep the lift in the body, but let the shoulders drop. Then as you inhale, as you exhale, open the arms exactly to the side, T shape. Oops, hit the thing. Okay? That, I reckon, might be, again, really quite painful for you. And it's like you're trying to press down and make resistance against the air. So you'll start to feel, think of your shoulder blades, think of two big flat muscles right across your shoulder blades. Think about trying to pull those down and together, and then you're starting to strengthen your lats, open your chest and put your shoulder in the correct alignment. Okay, so it's just inhale, reach up, exhale, open. Okay, so I'll get a creak in my shoulder when I do that one, when I'm not warm. Inhale, reach up, press the palms, let the shoulders drop, exhale. Feel resistance, like you're pushing down on something, okay? Using the breath. And then another full body stretch, yeah, lateral. It is. These are like karate belts, but you could use like a dressing down strap or anything, as wide as you need to, basically lifting it up. All right, so again, note what point in this movement does you get the sharp pain, okay? And then you're just trying to keeping obviously the arms straight, bring it down behind. You might need it really, really wide. Okay, that one is great for opening the chest. You need to do this one when the joint is really warm, okay? So either do it after you've done some exercise. Don't do this one straight away, okay? You can bring it up the other same way. Broom handle, you can do it in the gym with a broom handle, okay? You know, and you can also as well add in rotation if you want to. But again, you've got to be really careful to fix your hips. Okay, I'll write all those down for you. Okay. Those are all mobilisation, all to get the joint moving, to get what synovial fluid you've got in your joint moving, okay, and to start opening the chest, strengthening these muscles to help you open the chest, because I think you are probably well overstretched there, okay. I hope that's made sense, because it wasn't really in like a class flowy pattern. That's a dog's. So the other thing that you can do, and this would be more, you need to do this when you have just time to do a little bit of exercise. You don't have to do them all together, you know, is stuff to strengthen the surrounding areas to stabilise your joint, okay? So your triceps, your biceps, the lats across the back, and your core will all help you stabilise the joint. That joint is really flexible. And weight, you needed something that's a little bit weight bearing, but you've got to build that up gradually. If you don't have weights, body weight is the best thing. That's why something like Pilates or yoga, because there's a lot of bearing your own body weight in it, will be really good for you. So the ones that I have got for you, this is quite a nice one. If you have had a bath in the evening, okay, and you can, again, I'd be interested to know whether you can, oh hello Monty, this is for Uncle Rich. If you can lay out flat, okay, I'd be interested to know if this does hurt your lower back. If it does, just bend your knees up a little bit, okay? You can again do that full body stretch where you reach the hands up above you. Make sure you keep your neck long against the mat and opening to the side, okay? That will just again mobilise. Exhale as you open the arms, all right? This one, drawing your knees in towards you. okay? But you're not lifting your shoulders to reach your knees, you're bringing your knees towards you. So again, you're opening your chest and start to feel your shoulder blades and your shoulders flat against the floor or the mat, or do it on the bed or something, okay? You can flex and extend your feet as well. This will also tell you, if you got, it's good to release the lower back anyway, if you've been standing bent over all day or physical, okay? That's a good one. You can do this one knee at a time as well, if it's easier. And again, don't bounce it, inhale and exhale, just draw towards you. Okay, so the shoulders aren't lifted up off of the mat, my shoulders are back and my chest is open. So that's a great one. Bringing yourself up and around. Again, feeling warm. Modifications basically on a plank or a press up, all right? But narrow. So come to, this is a good one, you come to all fours, make sure your hips are above your knees, your neck's really long, okay? Nice and long, don't dip it down or dip it up, all right? Come down to your forearms and just try to press your chest. If somebody had their hand between your shoulder blades, you're just trying to press your chest and press your forehead down in between the mat. Okay, that's quite a good one. Again, for opening up the back there. Bring yourself up onto all fours. And you can stretch back, let your bum, let your hips sink down towards your heels. Okay, and you walk your, this is called child's pose. You walk your fingertips forward and you let your forehead come down to the mat. This is quite relaxing anyway, so it's quite nice. Hopefully you can see this on the video. And then take one arm and put your hand underneath the opposite elbow. So it's my left hand's coming under my elbow, armpit under my right armpit, okay? And I'm trying to get my shoulder blade, my shoulder down towards the mat. My cheek comes down towards the mat. If I show you on the other side. Okay, so that arm is flat against the floor. That is a fantastic stretch for across here. You can also do it from all fours, keeping your hips up. That will make it harder and a bit deeper. But that you need putting a bit more stress on the shoulder blade, so you might want to do it sitting back to start off with. And again, with each of them postures, be quiet dogs. Okay, try to do 3 inhales and exhales. And on the exhale, reach the hand a bit further, feel it a little bit deeper. If you've got a bicep tendonitis, if you do, that stretch will help there. And it will help with the muscle spasm there. Okay, so that is a good one. Modify, yeah, okay. Also here, taking the hands forward. Hi, Monty. All right, modified version of a tricep press up. So you're trying to get your face and your nose towards the end of the mat, okay, from your knees. I'm assuming your knees are okay. Letting your elbows, being really strict with your elbows, that they come backwards. Like elbows are like grazing the side of my ribs. Okay. Inhale, exhale as you come up. All right, if that already is not good on the shoulders, make it even smaller. Take it just literally from there. Okay, just a couple of times. Another good one for the core, this is a little bit more Pilates, is stop it. Extend the leg. See what I have to deal with. Okay. And just holding this like a modified plank. Changing over again. 3 breaths. Long back of neck. Okay. Also good will be tucking the toes, lift your hips, okay, and work your way up to the famous downward dog. But that is so good for again for opening the chest and for strengthening down of the arms. So lift the hips, let your heels. It's just basically like someone's lifting your hips up. You're trying to make an inverted V. Let your heels sink down. Let the weight come back a bit so the wrists are long. And let your head go. Make sure you let your head go so you're looking back between your shins. Okay, it doesn't matter if the knees are bent. And again, 3 breaths. With the exhale, let it come a bit deeper. Okay, you might want to build up to that one. Not because, obviously, just coming up, not because of your overall fitness, but you can only go as fast as that joint and the weakness in the muscles and the muscle spasms will allow. Modified version of presses. Yeah, so what you want to be building up to there is when you come back up is version of the full body stretch where you reach up, exhale, open the arms, let your body fold forward from the hips and come down, releasing the neck, the head, good for hamstrings, lower back. Then as you're going to step back with the right, you want to either come to a plank, which you would have done in body pump, you know, or to that box posture, and then lower the chest and the chin down till you come to the mat, okay? From here, when you're down on your tummy, let your hands come out to the side, 90 degrees again if you can. If not, just keep the hands by the side. Draw your stomach up from the mat, okay, and you're lifting your chest from the mat. Again, that's going to be really good for you for the lats, for stabilising that joint, okay? Hands back at the shoulders, tuck your toes, and then lift your hips to box, up to downward dog. Okay? And then I'd say just for now, just bend the knees, walk the feet and the hands together. Let the neck go again, let the shoulders, let the arms be really heavy. So you're using that body weight. Keep it, the weight is over the toes, not back into the heels. You've got sort of a soft knee. And again, you can take a curl up. You can let the shoulders fall back into place as they should. So down the back. Okay, the chest's open. You can take the body stretch. Exhale, open. Resistance there. You can let the hands come in behind the back, interlink the fingers, press the knuckles down, and that will really open your chest. Keep your chin tucked in and your neck long. Okay, don't tuck your chin out like this. And again, 3 breaths. So that is a sequence where you're using the full body to work on this area. Obviously, you can modify all the little bits of it, like just the standing part, rotation part, when you don't have the space or the time. Plank, yeah, child's down dog, thread the needle. Yeah, so you're using your body weight to strengthen. The other couple, repeat that I've just done maybe a few times to just get a feel for it and see how it goes. Make notes all the time of what action induces the pain and when it is worse. The other ones that I think you would help is chair. So if you think about a squat, but it's where you'd sit right back as though you're sitting back into a chair, but you're trying to keep your chest lifted, okay? So we would bring our hands in here. Again, does this posture, how does having that, your hands in at your chest in that posture, how does that make your shoulders feel? You're trying to keep your chest lifted, your gaze forward. Okay, that will be a good one for you. And then rotating, so I'm turning, I'm opening, I'm stacking my shoulders one on top of the other, and I'm either looking forward or up. Twisted chat's quite good. And then you can extend the arms, this one down to the ankle, this one up. So if you've got a shoulder issue, you will feel that, okay? But it will give you an indication of what movement. But that using the resistance, this arm is resisting against my thigh, and I'm opening up. I'm trying to stack my right shoulder on top of my left. That is very good. Again, you've got to do it with the breath. Okay, and obviously both sides. Okay, release that one off. into a lunge. So start off, face the top of the mat. Okay, my shoulders are over my hips, over my feet. Okay, I'm reaching my right foot back into like a long lunge. I'm on my toe. Okay, and again, you can twist here. You can just put the hands in on the chest. You lean the body forward down the thigh, and again, rotate. That gives you a little bit of extra work in the lower body and also opens up the chest. Come back up. Come, pivot, 90 degrees. So, my bent leg is a sideways lunge. My bent leg is turned out, my foot is out, but this foot is parallel. My toes are facing directly forward. That's quite important. And my hips, my hips are facing straight forward and my shoulders are facing straight forward. That is the most important thing to set up, okay? First of all. And then, as you hold this position, if you can press your arms down and away from you. So again, it's that feeling of those two big flat muscles across your shoulder blades pulling down and together, okay? So if somebody came and pressed your arm, it wouldn't move, it wouldn't just flop down, okay? There's real resistance there. It's like you're pressing on water or something. Breathing in, exhale, resist with the arms. Breathe in, exhale, resist with the arms. Okay, think about your arms. I'm turning around. You can turn. Think about your arms starting from here, right in, next to your spine. That is where your arms start from. Okay, and again, you do that one on both sides. So again, from that nice long lunge. Say, remember in body pump where they always say to you about lunges, 90 degree at the knee. Okay, same thing, hips, shoulders forward. You can take the body forward and rotate. Come back. After your 3 breaths. Pivot, turn. So you've got the toes on the bent leg, knee over middle toe, toes forward on this straight leg. Okay, very important to get that parallel on the foot. Inhale. Exhale, send the arms away. You can look down the arm. Inhale, press the arms down. Really just actually visualize in your head those two muscles contracting down and together, and you will feel it open the chest and it will pull your shoulder joint into the correct alignment. Good. I can add loads more onto that, but I won't for now because I'm worried this is getting too complicated to follow. Shake off that forward and backwards motion in the shoulders, rotations. Again, my right shoulder, click, 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 click. I know I've got wear and tear in there, probably not to the extent that you have. As I say that, I will just feel it there. Finally, this is the best posture ever. That guy, the farrier guy I had, who was like this, okay, and he wanted to open up he wanted to do it to be able to surf actually, because he was like that all the time. It was like nearly like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. He had all the same problems probably that you've got. Okay, once you start being able to get a little bit of mobilization, a bit of warmth into the joint. Warmth is so important in the joints, okay? This posture in yoga is called Simhasana, the lion posture. You do need to do it on your knees, but again, if that's uncomfortable, you can do it sitting. You can do it sitting on your bum. You can do it sitting on a chair and holding onto the edge of the chair, but I will show you the full posture, okay? You just let the knees open. This is really weird teaching that you watch this, okay? And you place the hands down in front of you, facing forward, and then you lift your face and you let your chest. The idea is that your face comes up to the sky and you let your chest, okay, open. All right. So if you think of a lion, okay, it's like about to pounce, or I don't know. You haven't got a cat, so think about that. We are there, and then. To increase, all the while my hips are pressing down onto my heels, use the weight of the pelvis. Inhale, exhale, open. And then to increase it, you gradually turn the hands 90 degrees out. Okay, this is probably really good as well because your job, you're using your hands and all these all the time. So you turn the hands out 90 degrees, you can come back a full 180. I bet you get loads of stretch down there as well. Probably really good for your job. And again, inhale, and the idea is that you're lifting the face and you're pressing. Again, it's like someone's pressing in between your shoulder blades, where the same as you were pressing your chest down to the mat when you were doing the sort of dolphin and downward dog. That one. And if you can hold that one for 3 inhales and 3 exhales, build it up to 5, build it up to 7. That is really one of the best for opening the chest. And again, you can stretch it off by coming back to that child's pose where you set your hips down onto your heels and you come forward. Let the knees open again if it's easier for you to get your chest down. Okay, and you can finish there. I know that's a lot. I have no idea now how long this flipping video is. 31 minutes of me in my kitchen and the dogs. I'm going to send you the notes though. That might not make any sense. Just try to see if there's any bits out of that you can pick out. Most important thing to remember is don't just keep moving through the pain, right? Note where the pain comes and make the movement smaller. You know, if up to there hurts, take it up to there. But do it with the same technique points that I've said. Just in the mornings or before starting work, just do the little mobilisation things, the chest strap to just get the joint warm as you can, all right? And also they will start, if you've had muscle spasms at night or while you haven't been active, it will start releasing it. It's got to be little at a time, little at a time, little at a time. Doing an hour a week and nothing else, you might as well not bother. You need to do 5 minutes every day, or just a couple in the evenings, 1 or 2 of those together. Obviously, if you added into that half hour's class or an hour's class or something, then that would be benefiting the whole body. And as you probably found once you started getting into the technique of something like body pump or combat or whatever you used to do, once you start working on one area of the body, it does start clicking through and improving on other areas of the body. I'm going to send you a couple of links for a couple of YouTube ones, mostly like Yoga with Adrienne, because you could follow a class structure. You might not like to do the breathing parts and kind of like the mindfulness parts of a yoga practice, but you might like it because you have quite a lot of stress. Also, I've got some practices that you could follow. I think on my Facebook page, might be one on YouTube, but over the next month I'm going to be putting more on for my participants, so I'll just send them to you as well, and if they help you or you think you can stand listening to me rabbiting on, then you can do it. But anyway, yeah, I hope that helps.